this is Kyle from Midnight Paranormal Files podcast, and today we are with...
My name's Gage.
And if you don't know, he does music.
Okay, we don't need to do the shout-out thing,
Buddy.
Like, we don't.
I just did it anyway. Well, it's going to stay in the podcast now, so... Yeah.
Alright.
Today we are going to be talking about wendigos. This is our Christmas special podcast episode. Yes.
Yeah, we won't be giving anything away because we're poor.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe a penny.
A penny. Yeah, just a penny.
But all jokes aside, we are talking about wendigos. Next week we won't be doing a podcast episode, so because New Year's. So yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be too drunk. Is what he's trying to say.
He will be.
I'll definitely be drunk. I plan on not remembering anything from next year.
So, anyway, let's get to it. For our Christmas special this year, we are going to be talking about the legendary wendigo and the lore and all of that today. What is the wendigo, Gage?
Okay, so it's a Native American, right, who decided to eat people to survive, and then he became a fucking demon from hell, and then he just kept eating people, and apparently he's still out there just eating people. And now if you eat humans, apparently you could possess by a Native American demon, and that's pretty much it. And then you grow 15 feet tall, a deer skull for some reason, and yeah.
Okay. This is what I got written down. Or what I researched and all that. It's a mythological creature, you said that.
Mm-hmm.
That is a cannibal, which you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is around the Midwest and Great Lakes regions of Canada. It is associated with winter and either described as a beast that stalks and eats humans or a spirit that possesses humans. And they become cannibals. It is described by the looks of the creature up to 15 feet tall with antlers, which you said, sunken or glowing eyes, shaped yellow fangs. No, sharp yellow fangs, not shaped.
I feel like we should just restart this entire podcast.
It's too late. Anyway, and claws. Did you forget the claws part?
I forgot all that but the deer skull.
Okay. The lips are chewed or missing. It might have fur, but sometimes as hairless, pointed ears, and smells like rotten flesh. I'm thinking it's has mange, or whatever that's called. Where
I mean, yeah, like you gotta think, like it is technically an animal now. Yeah. I mean, supernatural animal, but it's still a fucking animal. So like.
Yeah, let's just say it has mange.
Yeah, it's an animal.
So, the folklore of the wendigo. Do you want to go talk about your folklore, or do you not know about the folklore?
I don't know much about the folklore. I just know not to fuck with them.
Okay. That's Gage's lore.
I know it has to do with, like, Native Americans, and, like, they used to become wendigos from eating people to survive.
Hell yeah.
I know it comes from that, and I know, like, every Native American tribe has their own version of it, like the own look type of deal.
Yeah. This is what I have written down because, Mr. Researcher.
Yeah, I didn't research shit before this.
Yeah. That's why I always ask him first.
Yeah.
The eyesight of the wendigo is very good, like a owl, but better. Some goes with smell and hearing. They are fast creatures and they can move easily through deep snow and across ice. One of the only ways to defeat a wendigo is shaman using either a silver, steel, or iron bullet or a dagger. Some legends say that you need to cut out the heart of the wendigo and either melted or burned in a fire. And that's how you get rid of the spirit. Some have described the wendigo as an evil spirit more than a creature that possesses humans, rather than a creature hunting and preying on human. The way they get into a person is that they bite him/her or from a dream. The possessed person becomes cannibalistic or they become violent. So, yeah, that's the folklore that I have on them.
Apparently, so this isn't, well, I guess it's kind of lore because nobody really knows. But there was a Native American, right? His name was Swift Runner. That's right. I was doing research while you were talking. Apparently, he killed like 14 Wendigos in his lifetime. And one of our founding fathers, I forgot what one because I just saw founding father. He saw a Wendigo. That's all I got. Mic drop.
Yeah. Where are the founding fathers from again? Are they from Canada?
I don't fucking know.
Oh,
Just one of our founding fathers.
Founding fathers of Canada, I guess.
No, it was like the U.S. So
yeah,
I
figure I'm just...
I really feel like we should restart this podcast, my guy.
we're too late into this, okay? Now, we are going to be talking about the history of it. Now, you probably have no idea about the history of it.
I know they come from Native Americans.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Now, I have learned a few things about Wendigo lore while looking it up and found out there's a lake called Lake Wendigo in Minnesota somewhere.
Oh, I knew that. I mean, I don't know the rest, but I knew there was a lake called Lake Wendigo.
Anyway, and some people say that's where the legend began for it. I have no idea where the legend began for it, but what I personally believe is that the legend began because the tribe didn't want people to become cannibals or greedy, so they came up with the Wendigo to scare people, thinking they could get turned into one. And it's a physiological thing, especially if it has anything with it being associated with the cold, and that's when humans have to work together and not be greedy to go out hunting and stuff. But that's just me. What do you think?
I think it's all bullshit because we've said Wendigo 18 times, and if you say Wendigo, it's supposed to cause their attention. So far, we've said it a lot. And, like, ain't shit happened. I don't think they're real. But, like, I'm still willing to find out. I want a daddy Wendigo.
Oh.
100%.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I want a collar one.
So the first written mentions of it was back in 1836 by a French missionary and described a woman who warns of a person that was drained and had no color to them, and they eaten some tribe members nearby and said would eat many more of them if he were not called elsewhere. A few instances of murder and cannibalism in North America were blamed on the Wendigo. A case occurred in 1907 among a Sandy Lake First Nations community in northern Ontario. The tribe shaman Jack Fiddler, that's Jack Fiddler, right? Right there?
Yeah, that's Jack Fiddler.
Okay. I just want to make sure. And his brother Joseph Fiddler were charged with the murder of Joseph's daughter-in-law, whom they had strangled to prevent her from becoming possessed by a Wendigo. There are other examples, but that's some of the things of the Wendigo. I think they just didn't like the daughter-in-law personally.
Yeah, I don't think like she'd become a Wendigo, right? Because they didn't say nothing about her eating people, nothing about strange dreams like that, nothing. So I personally don't think that was that wasn't a case of like Wendigoism, I guess we'll call it. That's more like just her being fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
hungry.
Or the two brothers just didn't like her.
Right. Or she was on her brag, right? And she was hungry. And she was like, ooh, people, nom nom nom.
Yeah, nom nom nom.
Because they didn't have chocolate.
Yeah. Could be possible.
That's my take.
Okay. Now this is a really big part that I added to the podcast.
Oh, yay.
Differences between a Wendigo and a Skinwalker. Oh, shit. Yeah, I went there.
Oh, there's plenty of differences.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Skinwalker doesn't fucking eat people.
No. You want me to talk through it?
Sure. Or we can do a whole comedic sketch right here. This is totally your
We'll just
call.
do that.
Okay, we're gonna do that. So fucking Skinwalker 1 doesn't eat people. It mainly is just a shapeshifter. While Wendigo is like that, but on basalts. So like it eats people, it's fucking always angry and like yeah, it shapeshifts, but again, Skinwalker don't eat people. And like a Skinwalker don't have, raw claws. Like they're just
They don't have teeth.
yeah, exactly. So like Skinwalker is kind of like the prison bitch, right? And the Wendigo is kind of like Big Papa.
Yeah, Big Bubba.
Yeah, you can go ahead and read that. Honestly,
Okay.
I don't know much.
Okay. This is what I got to say. Now what? I want to tell everyone that there is a huge difference between Skinwalker and Wendigo, which that's what Gage said.
Yeah.
Which for number one, the regions they live in, Skinwalkers are in southwestern U.S., mostly in Arizona, New Mexico, but maybe in a few in our states like Nevada and stuff like that. Where Wendigo, like what I said before, are in Midwest mostly and Canada, Great Lakes region. The second is that Skinwalker is shapeshifter, evil witch doctor, or shaman that can form into coyote, wolf, or other well-known animals, which you can't tell at first. You can tell after a little while. I will be talking about them in a future episode and more information on them. Where the Wendigo is a creature like how I describe it, or evil spirit that possesses people. Navajo were the ones who created the Skinwalker, basically, and if you say the name, you'll be cursed. Where the Wendigo, I didn't see any information on that regards what with saying the name of him. So, I could keep going on, but you get the point.
Okay, so real question, Kyle.
Now what?
Would you rather be a Skinwalker or a Wendigo?
I personally don't know. I think it'd be easier being a Skinwalker because you just gotta be a shaman, which, I mean, I'm not a shaman or anything, I'll admit that. But,
I would hope not, buddy. I don't know. I'd rather be a Wendigo. Like, that'd be lit.
I think I would rather be a Wendigo myself, but it'd be easier being the other thing.
Nah, fam, you just gotta adjust.
I guess so.
Like, bro, I would just go in a big ass city, right? Just start eating people. Like, that's
Why don't you just become Godzilla then?
because that wasn't the question, Kyle. Now, if the question was, would you rather be Godzilla or Wendigo, I would have picked fucking Godzilla.
That'll be a future podcast episode.
Right.
We'll be talking about Godzilla next.
Hell yeah, man. I'm game.
And that and the hollow earth and then the flat earth.
Right. Is water wet?
Yeah. Is heat hot?
Yeah. Oh, fuck this society.
Okay. That's this episode of the podcast. Make sure to give us a review. Be better if it's a good review or your favorite podcast app. Or no, on your favorite podcast app. I really screwed that up. And like on YouTube, if you're listening on YouTube, I'll be talking to everybody after the New Year's. Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Gage Day.
Happy fucking Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
I
You guys happies to say?
No, everything sucks.
Oh, that's just depressing.
Just a little bit.
Happy birthday to Gage.
Dude.
Late.
Yeah, way late. You're like a week late, my guy.
Yeah. Even though I messaged him and he's like, oh, thank you.